6:19 a.m. the 11th of June 2018, updated 6:19 a.m. the 11th of June 2018. Locally, the money will go towards crisis hostel accommodation and extra help for the homeless in cold weather. Across the UK, the extra cash from the government will create more than 1,700 extra bed spaces. It will also mean more than 500 extra workers, dedicated to tackling the UK's homelessness crisis. 83 areas will share £30 million to boost the immediate support available to people living on the streets and help them into accommodation. Councils across England with the highest numbers of rough sleepers will receive a share, to significantly increase the support they are able to offer people now and also those at risk this coming winter. Howard Sinclair, chief executive of St Mungo's, said, "Given how dangerous it is to sleep rough, we are pleased that ministers have recognised that urgent action is needed to support people off the street and out of danger, as well as to prevent people ending up on the streets in the first place." Effective outreach services are a crucial part of this, along with sufficient emergency accommodation and assessment, and support for people with mental health and substance use problems. What projects will the funding cover? Cornwall will receive over £430,000 for crisis hostel accommodation, cold weather provision and support for the most disengaged rough sleepers with chronic needs. Camden will receive £870,000 for a significant expansion of their outreach team to deliver targeted street interventions focusing on hotspot areas, as well as new staff to support rough sleepers to keep their own accommodation. Manchester City Council will receive £418,000 to fund specialist staff to work with young rough sleepers and offenders and provide additional night shelter beds and supported hostel beds. Councils will be supported by the government's new Rough Sleeping Initiative team, consisting of experts from the sector with a proven track record of successfully helping rough sleepers and preventing those at risk from becoming homeless. What is the pledge from the government? Housing Secretary Right Honourable James Brokenshire MP said, "No one should ever have to sleep rough. I am determined that more people living on the streets and those at risk this coming winter get the help they need now. That's why I'm making £30 million available that will help councils boost the immediate support they are able to offer. Whether this pays for more beds or more outreach workers, this will make a real difference now." Many challenging factors lie behind rough sleeping, from mental health problems to addiction, and our long-term strategy to be published this summer will outline how we plan to tackle them and eliminate rough sleeping for good. How will this help Cornwall? North Cornwall MP Scott Mann said, "I'm very pleased to see more money being committed to help people living on the streets in Cornwall. The government committed £1.5 million last year to ensure that rough sleepers in the county could access help, advice and accommodation, and this new tranche of funding will provide vital immediate support to those who need a place to stay. In combination with the £1.4 million for councils in Devon and the upcoming rough sleeping strategy, we can ensure that help, support and accommodation is in place for homeless people across the region." Why now? The extra money comes ahead of the government publishing its long-term rough sleeping strategy next month that has been developed in partnership with charities and local government. It will set out a comprehensive plan to have rough sleeping by 2022 and eliminate it entirely by 2027 by ensuring those sleeping rough have appropriate routes away from the streets. You can read more here. 6:19 a.m. the 11th of June 2018.